Hello, this is Manesh Patel from Ichimoku This is April 8th, 2014. This is our bi-weekly video for the futures market. We kind of missed 2 weeks because I was out in Asia for a university program, but I'm back, so that's one of the reasons why we had a delay, so we apologize for that. But anyways, let's begin. Here's our normal disclaimer to state this is for education use only. We're not soliciting you to buy or sell any particular instrument. If you do so, you're doing that at your own risk. All the charts you're seeing are basically from TradeStation today. Here are our contact details here, where you could call us at any of these office locations here, or you could email us here at info@eiicapital.com, or you could go to our website here to access any of our heat map, access our blogs, our Twitter feeds, Facebooks, free videos, also our multiple time frame email alerts, and so forth. Okay, so let's go straight to the charts. Let's pull up TradeStation here. Remember, on the left-hand side is basically the daily time frame. On the right-hand side is basically the weekly time frame. So let me remove all these drawing objects here and start fresh. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is go for the commodity futures. So we're going to go for soybeans. If you look at soybeans here, it's trending on both the daily and weekly right now. So this is bullish trending overall. Okay. Okay, so you can see this is bullish trending overall. If you look at here, and let's shrink this down some so you can see some things. If you look at here, we broke the resistance level here. We broke this resistance level right roughly around here, 1443, and we're going higher right now. Support on this one is going to be about 1398 and 3/8, and the big major support is going to be about 1358 and 7/8. But we are bullish trending on both the daily and weekly, and we have been for a while, especially since we held the support roughly right here. So we've gone to retest the high, which we've done, and we pretty much have broken that high now. So we're going to keep on going higher now to another level, which we're not sure exactly where it's going to be. My guess will be even 1500 will be the next level, since this is at an all-time high. If you look at next is soybean oil. Soybean oil is actually going opposite of soybeans. You notice that? This is bearish trending here. Whoops, this is not synchronized. So this is bearish trending here on the weekly time frame here. It looks bullish here on the daily. That's because this has gone for a pullback here. It's at a major support level, which is 4106. Resistance level is going to be 4367. But in order for this to basically continue to go down, this has to sit there and hold the 4367 level, which will be the first major pullback level that it has gone through. If it holds that level, then it could sit there, go retest the low here. If it breaks the $44 level, then it could sit there and actually do a trend reversal. But probabilities are, believe it or not, still high to go down. So this is still very bearish here. Minor resistance level on this one is going to be 42.45. Next is soybean meal, and this you could see is falling very close to the soybeans, where it's going to its all-time high. This is bullish trending on the daily and weekly. Support on this one's going to be, we're at a minor support right now, 475. Next one's going to be 454/458. Corn, if you look at corn here, it looks bullish trending here on the daily, but believe it or not, this is still bearish here. This is the first major pullback it's gone through here completely. So if you look at these levels here, believe it or not, it's a major resistance level is going to be around about 523 and 7.8. So 523 is basically resistance level. Support on this one's going to be about 494, and then you got 477 and 5/8 is the support level there. Wheat here is bearish, basically bearish trending on the weekly. Finally gone for its first major pullback here by coming into the cloud here. You got a major resistance level here, and you could see that here roughly around 720. Support on this one is going to be about 638. If it breaks that support at 638, it's going to retest the low, and at that point we'll have to see exactly what's going to happen. But it's got a very high probability, believe it or not, to pull back to about 638 right now, and then only time will tell exactly what's going to happen with this. But this bullish movement on the daily is not really real, because all it is a pullback to It's the first major pullback that wheat's gone through in a long time. This is something that you don't hear a lot of people talking about this at all, but oats is very, very bullish here. And look at this nice trend on both the daily and weekly. The daily's gone for a pullback here, which is a minor pullback on basically the weekly time frame. Support on this guy, if you look at it, minor support on this is going to be roughly about 390. The resistance on this one is going to be about 445 is going to be the resistance. If it breaks that resistance, it's going to retest the high and possibly keep on going higher. So definitely keep an eye on the oats. Cocoa continuous futures. You could see on the weekly time frame, this is bullish trending here, but consolidating a little here, which is starting to make the daily time frame starting to look ugly. Support on this one, minor support is going to be about 29.63. Major support is going to be about 28.17. Coffee, if you look at coffee here, finally it was going down, 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 down. We finally got a big upward movement here, which is this first major pullback here. Got to about 210, which is a resistance level. 158 is going to be its major support level right now. If it breaks the 210 level, then this pullback here is going to turn into a trend reversal. If it comes back and breaks the support level here, then we're going to retest the low at 110. So we're at a very critical stage right now for coffee in order to see exactly what's going to do in the next couple of months. A frozen orange juice, just waiting here for the charts. You could see basically right now it's at a major resistance right now, which is roughly around 156. It does have momentum, believe it or not, to keep on going higher, so we have to wait and see. But the longer it does not break this resistance here at 156, the higher the probability it will to basically come back into here to major support 137.30 and basically enter a consolidation pattern when 156 is the top and 120 is basically the bottom. Rough rice here, really not doing anything at all, just consolidating here between a range here, which is roughly about 15.828, and support, which is roughly about right here, which is about 15.302. So it's consolidating between that range right now, so really nothing exciting going on there at all. Sugar, which has been the interesting one here. This is bearish trending here, and if you notice, it keeps on trusting this cloud here. So volatility has really kicked into this instrument completely. Major resistance that it held was 17.79, which is a major resistance, because if it doesn't hold that, then this thing is going to go for a major pullback. But it's held that level there. Support on this guy, which has to break, is about 17, and if it breaks that support, then it's going to sit there, go retest the low, and possibly continue to go downwards long term. Let's start looking at energy products. If you look at crude oil here, if you notice on Twitter, we've been posting various crude oil support resistance levels, and they've been actually working out really well. We talked about how roughly right here was a major support here, and then it was going to at least get to about roughly about here, 101.41. So if you look at crude oil right now, it's really not doing anything exciting. Support level right now is basically 97.32. Resistance level, it's at a minor resistance level right now. Major one's going to be roughly around about 104. Major resistance level is going to be roughly around 106, but this is just consolidating right now between 92 and 108, which is a long-term consolidation pattern. Natural gas here, remember we talked about this in our institutional quarterly report that we published at the beginning of the year, and we talked about how natural gas for 2014 was going to break out. It has broken out. Major support level for natural gas, believe it or not, is 4.076. Resistance level is going to be 4.706. This thing is slowly starting to make a move to come all the way back to the pivot high, which is back up here. So keep an eye on this one. It may not break out now, but I think sooner or later it is going to break out very soon. Minor support level on this one's going to be about 4.320. Resistance level, as we talked about, is 4.706. But definitely keep an eye on natural gas. Heating oil, you could see here, started to bullish trend here, is trying to pull back right now. The major pullback level support it has to hold is 2.8159. If it holds that, then this thing could sit there and retest the high and continue to keep on going higher. So that's a very critical level it has to sit there and hold. Minor resistance support level it did hold, which is roughly about right here, which is 2.8720, is a minor support level, and the resistance level is 2.9721. Next is basically gasoline here. If you look at gasoline, it's really not doing anything except consolidating. It was bullish trending here, and you could see this from this chart here, bullish trending. It's been consolidating at the very beginning from 2013, and notice this consolidation pattern is getting tighter and tighter and tighter. So something's going to happen on this one, and if you look at it, it's actually sitting there still tilted towards the bullish side, believe it or not, right now. As long as price sits there and maintains and stays above 2.8629, this is still tilted more towards the bullish side than bearish, believe it or not. Resistance on this one is going to be 3.100. Cotton here, really just consolidating, ugly consolidation pattern. Resistance is going to be 96, support's going to be 87.53. Nothing really to talk about at all. We talked about the dollar here. If you look at the dollar here, you could see that this is still bearish, believe it or not. It basically bounced off the major resistance level at 80.625, and the support level here, whoops, which is pretty much the bottom of this consolidation pattern right there. So if you look at that level there, support level is going to be roughly about 79.361. Just the idea that this thing sat there and held a lower resistance level as 80.625, our probabilities are getting a high for it to even possibly break this level here and continue to go lower. So keep an eye on dollar for the next couple of weeks for it to go lower, because this could be just be a minor pullback to go down. So keep an eye on that. Let's look at the livestock stocks. Look at first one is basically feeder cattle. You can see it's bullish trending on both the daily and weekly. We hit a major resistance at 180. Support on this one is going to be roughly about 176.31 and 172.71. If you look at live cattle here, that was feeder cattle a minute ago. This is bullish trending on both the daily and weekly. To end a minor resistance level, support level right now, which is roughly 135.17. Next minor support level is going to be 129.75. Next, you have lean hogs. Here you can see this is bullish trending here, but going for a pullback right now. Major support level it has to hold is 114.713. Resistance is going to be 130. Now we're going to go to bonds and notes. First we'll look at the 2-year. This is really doing nothing except consolidating. Support on this one's going to be 109.19. Resistance on this one's going to be 110 even. 5-year treasury notes. This is really doing nothing except consolidating too. Support level, minor support level is on this one's going to be 118.30. Minor resistance level is 119.12. And then the major resistance level is going to be 120, nice and even. 10-year treasury notes, this is also consolidating too. Support on this one's 123.07. Resistance level, it's at one minor resistance level right now. The major one is going to be 125.00. Notice all these are consolidating right now, so nothing really going on here. 30-year resistance level is trying to get to, which has a high probability getting to, is 134 and 28 and 32s. Support on this one's going to be 130 and 1232. So this one has a high probability getting to about 134 and 28 32. And after that point, it has a high probability, believe it or not, bouncing off that, going a little lower to at least probably the minor support at 132 and 1632s, and then coming back higher to retest that high again. Platinum, if you're looking at metals, really nothing going on here. Support on this guy, it has to hold here. It's 14,001. Resistance on this guy is going to be, we're at a minor resistance now. Next resistance is going to be roughly around about 1450, so about 1455. Gold, which a lot of people have been talking about with this upward movement here. If you look at this overall picture, this is bearish trending here. Finally gone for its first major pullback. A very, very critical support level that it has to hold in order for it to even try to go bullish is about 12,085. That's a major support level there. Resistance on gold right now is 1327.50. So this thing's cornered right now to basically determine what's going to happen with gold, and then by the end of this year. Silver is more bearish than gold right now. Resistance level is going to be 20.92. support level on this guy is going to be roughly around 19.10. And then lastly, copper. Really, copper here is trying to start a bearish trend here, broke a support here to try to go lower, then pull back. It has to sit there and maintain these resistance levels at 3.0828 or 3.1350 in order for a bearish trend to stay alive. So these levels are very critical right now for it to maintain. If it does maintain those resistance levels, then it can sit there and possibly go lower. That's it for this week. And just to kind of summarize everything, if you look at a lot of the commodity futures such as soy, and what was the other ones? Soy and so forth. Soy was very strong going up. Soybean meal was very strong going up. Corn was still is going for its first major pullback up. Wheat was going for its first major pullback up. Oats is strong bullish. If you look at cocoa here, that's basically consolidating up. Major trend upwards here. Coffee gone for its first major pullback here. So if you look at a lot of these commodity futures, they're basically gone up, either to maintain their trend, a bullish trend, or to sit there and go for their first major pullback overall right now. As far as energy is concerned, a lot of the energy products are pretty much consolidating right now. So not really much to go on at all. Dollar here basically held a major resistance level, so it has a high probability going lower. Livestocks here, if you look at these livestocks here, they're bullish trending on a lot of them here, so they kind of need to go for a pullback, which they're starting to engage in right now. Bonds and treasury notes, they're tilted more towards the bullish side, but they're still consolidating, so nothing really exciting going on there. As far as the metals are concerned, really nothing exciting going on there. They're basically consolidating and trying to maintain their support levels in order not to tank to another level as we move forward. So that pretty much summarizes the future products. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact us here. And if not, I'll see you guys in 2.